Welcome to Etsy Print on Demand Shop Reviews episode 77. We're looking at a viewer submitted shop to see what they do well and what they can improve upon to increase their Etsy print on demand sales. Hopefully we all benefit from this. Let's get to it. All right, so the shop is Lovedis, L-O-V-D-I-S, for trendy and quality shirts from the United Kingdom. I love the shop logo, by the way. It's super cool. 17 sales to date. All right, looks like you're using sections on your shop to keep everything grouped together by niche. That is a good idea. Let's check out your featured items first. This definitely looks like a Comfort Colors shirt, but nowhere does it say Comfort Colors. It looks like you've sold a Comfort Colors shirt at some point in the past. Yeah, same shirt. Okay, interesting. Did you maybe change the title of the listing? Already, this is interesting. So when I click this purchased item link, it takes us to the same listing, right? Did I miss anything? No. It takes us to the same listing. But it used to say Comfort Colors in the title. Now it just says Environment Lovers and Environmentalist Sweatshirt. So maybe you change this later on. It is interesting that you've got it saying sweatshirt, though, when you don't offer it in sweatshirt, you only offer it in a t-shirt. At least that's what's implied by your images. So already, I would say you should clean up this listing at a minimum. And it looks like it's already sold in the past as well. So in theory, it should rank higher on Etsy on the keywords that customer, or I don't know how many times it's sold, but whatever people typed into the search bar before clicking and purchasing this. So definitely optimize any listing with sales. I've mentioned that in the past too, like on Amazon, where I've got a couple 100,000 listings. I don't feel the need to optimize everything right away, but if I get a sale on a listing, okay, maybe I can optimize that one. Or if I get multiple sales, yeah, I should take a long, hard look at spending more time optimizing the listings. But you don't have to do it right out of the gate. With Etsy, at a minimum, though, you need to make that primary thumbnail really good. And honestly, I think on Etsy, like, the game is really to have quality, optimized listings. You don't necessarily have to sacrifice any quality when you use tools like MyDesigns, though, that let you publish in bulk. Like, you can make pristine listings in bulk with MyDesigns. So you've got some videos and stuff like that. That's actually really cool. We know that Etsy, when they give you the hover over and autoplay video feature, that we should take notice of that. Of course, it's not going to probably work on mobile. I don't really shop on mobile, so I'm not sure. But I would assume, I don't know how they would do that. On desktop, though, you hover over with your mouse and it works. You've got some really nice looking mockups. Like, I definitely can't say anything negative about your mockups. You even put your shop logo on there. For the branding element, I love the color scheme that you've got on some of the various images that you're using. Let's check your price point, though, because you had like a $44 t-shirt just a second ago. And it looks like these shirts are running people around $24, $25. Now, just keep in mind that in these competitive niches that you're in thus far, it looks like you were in a couple big trends. It's going to be you in search results next to a bunch of people who understand how to play the game on Etsy. Etsy will display the lowest price for any SKU on your listing. So your competition is probably got a bunch of low price SKUs that cost around $15 or even less. We know that, when you look at these high value niches, the cream tends to rise to the top, the highest performing listings, and oftentimes you're competing with Etsy sellers that know how to make really pristine looking listings that are willing to create a loss leader, even if it's break even, where maybe they say, color white, size small, and price that at break even at like $14. Whereas your listings are going to show up in search results at $24. Who are they going to click? You or your competition, and save $10, right? So I would really go back to the drawing board with regards to your pricing. Also, it never hurts to run a sale. The best thing you could do is reset your sale every day. If that's too hardcore for you, I would still suggest running a sale and bringing down some of your prices, honestly. I mean, that's only going to benefit you. You can kind of figure out because I don't know who you're using to fulfill these products and these orders, but yeah, it would definitely not hurt for you to revisit pricing. Also, color contrast. Some of your designs have good color contrast. Like I would say these two do. Although, I mean, the way this is mocked up is probably not representative of how the final print is going to look. It depends on who you use to print. Like if you're using Custom Cat and their Digisoft printing technology, you can actually get a final product that looks like this. If you're not using them, it's not going to look like this most likely. You know what I mean? There are a few printers that have really high quality printing ability that will actually make it look like this, which means you might have just like not done a great job mocking up the shirt. If you've ever done sample orders, we know it tends to come out looking a little bit more like worn. The colors don't show through like this boldly like you see on a screen. Sorry for interrupting. I wanted to let you know that linked in the description, you can find my free print on demand mini course that is completely new for 2023. If you sign up, it'll help you get your first sale. And down there, you'll find a link to my print on demand Facebook group. I hope you'll join the community. Show through like this boldly like you see on a screen, you know, in real life. I think the color contrast here is pretty good. I would still recommend, it looks like you're manually doing your own mock-ups. Just reduce the opacity of the designs. Instead of 100%, put it at like 95% or even 90%, whatever you think looks best, looks natural. A lot of these do look natural though. Like this one I'd say looks natural, right? These are great. But one thing I would say is like, if you're gonna mock up on black shirts, like on Etsy, generally speaking, I think the lighter colored shirts sell better, but or at least let's just say the listings with lighter colored shirts tend to perform better, in my personal opinion, if I had to pick one or the other, light colored shirts versus dark. But that being said, like if you do want to optimize mainly for the darker colored shirts, just have colors in your palette that you're comfortable using that contrast well against that shirt color. The biggest important utilization of what I just said is on your primary thumbnails. Whatever shirt color you put in your primary thumbnail, make sure your design color contrasts extremely well against that color shirt. Like for instance, this black or navy, whatever it is, I think it's supposed to be black, shirt with the white text, that looks great. If we get into something like this, I think it looks good. Like the hue of these colors actually does look pretty well, so I can't knock that. But some of these I just don't think look as good. Like some of the colors in this color scheme I don't think are great. And that can be the difference between making a sale and not making a sale, especially in competitive niches like awesome like my daughter. You know what I mean? In order to even crack a sale like that, you know, what are your primary keywords? Maybe awesome like my daughter's shirt, but then also like what, Father's Day shirt, Father's Day gift from daughter. You know what I mean? And those are the types of like hyper competitive keywords, especially around Father's Day, where it's not just going to be you in search, it's going to be you and everybody else. So it's one thing to have like a good price, it's another to have a good mock-up, but you also need to make sure that your design actually contrasts well against the primary color like shirt that you're using. For instance, like black or really dark gray against a heather gray, I think looks great. I think this one looks really good. You've even got like the multicolor mock-ups here. Those look great as well. It looks like you're going above and beyond when it comes to adding your listing images. So I would say like that's definitely a strength of yours. These mock-ups look, you know, perfect. They look like you actually took a photo in real life. So well done here. I mean, really what more is there to say? I would say keep going. You have 144 listings. If you are going to take a route like this where you scale out designs on Etsy, you know, if you're paying for listings, you might just want to create one and then just have it personalized. You know what I mean? Check out Steven's Hello Custom software. You could literally create one listing, one template, and make it custom, you know, and people do type in custom into Etsy and they may be a perfect potential customer for you to purchase one of these shirts that you are already offering, but they just might not know it exists because they might type in like funny custom lawyer shirt, you know, and you've got your pre-built lawyer shirt right here, but they might not type in the right keywords and then you're not even eligible to show up. So just a thought, like look into Hello Custom software or just fulfill the custom orders yourself, but that's a nice way of differentiating. Also, you know, you can definitely improve this primary mockup. Like if this was me, I would have it cropped something like this for my primary, like very much zoomed in. All right. Instead of how you kind of have it where it's zoomed out a little too much for me. It's really hard to read the fonts that you used. They're just too thin, too small. This is just my personal opinion. Like, I don't think you put your listings in a good place to succeed, if I'm being honest. So that's something you could definitely improve upon. But also, I mean, your stuff is just overpriced. Like, you can boost your sales right away by running a sale, accepting less profit, even for a period of time. Remember, all of your sales are going to help you rank in the future. The higher you rank in search, the more visibility you get, the more sales you make, the more money you make. You can always increase your pricing later, or just mess around with your sale. You know what I mean? Run a 50% off, maybe not 50%, maybe run like a 40% off sale immediately, kickstart your sales, because now all of a sudden you're priced competitively. And then, you know what I mean, you can reduce that sale down to like a 30% off, then maybe a 20% off. You get the point, right? And you can obviously also reprice individual listings based on like how they're performing, whether they're performing high or low, for your desired outcome. And that's really what I think you can do immediately to really kickstart your sales. Because yeah, I mean, 17 sales based on the work you've done, I'm sure you're interested in turning 17 into 170, and I think you can do that, but you got to just make a couple changes. Also, revisit that first listing that we took a look at on page 1. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. On page 1, the one that we know made a sale or two with what looks like the custom colors mockup. Revisit this. Your title is a little bit off, and you might want to revisit your tags. If it is a comfort color shirt, you can put comfort colors in the tags as well. Anyways, guys, that's it. Thank you for watching this Etsy shop review. Let me know if you liked it by hitting that like button. Please subscribe if you're not already. Usually about half of you guys are not subscribed. Drop me a comment if you have any feedback or questions, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with a new top 5 niches of the week video.